France and Germany pulled out of talks to reform the WHO because the US was trying to take control, according to a report.
Here's a summary of the article.
France and Germany have quit a project to reform the World Health Organization because the US is trying to take control, Reuters reported. WHO said last month that they will leave the WHO in July 2021, is trying to dictate the terms, according to several European officials who spoke with Reuters. The US blueprint is too extreme for France and Germany, and the country's health ministries told Reuters it was wrong that the US was leading the talks. One European official involved in the negotiations told Reuters it was rude. Nobody wants to be dragged into a reform process and getting an outline for it from a country which itself just left the WHO, one senior European official involved in the talks told Reuters. The US is not alone in criticizing the WHO. Everybody has been critical of Tedros, one negotiator from a European G7 country told Reuters, referring to WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. A Trump administration official told Reuters that, it is regrettable that Germany and France ultimately chose not to join the group in endorsing the roadmap.
This post received a score of 49,000, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Yeah, like the rest of the world wants to learn from to USA how to have a public health policy.
Well, USA is a good place to learn from. Learning how not to act during a pandemic, that is.
No one is useless, he can still serve as a bad example.
You can learn more from a bad movie than a good movie. My film school teacher.
No sharks in tornadoes and in outer space. Got it. Now I'm out of ideas. Shit. No, he said bad movies, you're picking the cream. Sharks in bottles of heavy cream. Get Bruckheimer on the phone.
This story has been posted a dozen times already in the past 24 hours. But this part is still just as hilariously funny every time I see it. The image of Death Count Donnie bitching about somebody else's handling of the coronavirus is tragically hysterical. Hysterical and painfully childish. Greater than painfully childish, alas, that sums up both Trump and America in 2 words.
As an American, I assure you we aren't all illogical or childish. But I do feel like there are less of us than I previously thought, and I wish my brain was wired better to learn a secondary language quicker because I'd like to lower the number more. But who knows, by the time I can travel outside of America again I might be able to master a few languages.
It's the few assholes who ruin it for the rest of us. At the grocery store yesterday there were probably 50 people. Only 3 weren't wearing a mask, but holy hell did those 3 selfish pricks make me furious.
I've been in professional development all week for teaching. One of the PTs I walked out on because they wanted us to do a team building exercise. I was paired with 2 science teachers and one kept taking his mask off to talk. Nope, I'll be up in my room working on Canvas modules.
The science teacher was taking off his mask? What does he teach? Flat Earth theory?
It's okay because I'm exhaling so I can't catch COVID. The science teacher probably.
Said teacher, not scientist.
Fixed. Thanks.
The WHO is in need to reform. No one argues about that. I agree. Even if Trump doesn't make it to be president after the next election, everyone should be cautious. The US isn't gonna change overnight then. The damage that has been done already shows, and it'll need time to heal.
The fact that there is a realistic chance of getting a lunatic at the helm of the most powerful nation on Earth every 4 years is not something nations can afford to forget. It will be interesting how the next elections pans out. It's starting to look like the American electoral process is going to become another battlefield for foreign interests fighting to get their preferred candidate in power. Until the electoral process in general receives the long-overdue overhaul and the atrocity that is Citizens United is reverted, U.S. elections will remain a spin of the Wheel of Fortune or a round of Russian roulette to the world. Its unpredictability is and likely will continue to be a massive obstacle to all types of international relations.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.